JP.
I missed the queue. I forgot to add myself into the stream. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another beautiful day of James Redmond TV content. It is an episode of Hamez Sports. It is me, it is you, and we're going to be doing a Liverpool tier list. But you know what's been really interesting? So much news has came out. Chat, you know, before we do this tier list, shall I give you the news real quick? Because it might not be legs to stand on news, but I've just had to do a video on Musiala because supposedly we're interested in Musiala. So without going into deep detail in that, because I do want to just do the thing, I do want to inform you about the news that's been coming out and that I will be doing a video or have done a video, but it's going to be uploaded after this stream, right? And we've got loads of stat content for you as well today. So before we get into the stream, if you can smash a like, it supports the stream. I appreciate you as a bunch. Second of all, I love you dearly and I really hope that you're having a blessed day. I hope opportunities come your way. I hope Jesus Christ blesses you with many, many instances and I hope that you can realize it. On top of this, I hope that the family's well. I hope that you're safe and sound because we're kind of in uncertain times. I want to pray for anybody in Brussels right now who's affected by the incident yesterday. A terrible incident. I think the incident was 2 football fans getting, shot. And of course, that's got to be something that makes us think we've got to really appreciate every moment that we've got. You get what I'm saying? Absolute love to every single one of you. Make sure that you stay safe. Make sure that you stay blessed and stay prayed up, man. Stay prayed up. You need it in times like right now. But anyway, before we do the tier list and I'll give you an insight on how we're going to do it. We're rating the players, the player ratings so far this season. So that's going to be entertaining. But I do want to share. And by the way, shout out to the regulars in the stream as well. We're talking about Diego, Crystal Palace fan, amazing dude, always supported the stream, encouraging people to smash a like and stuff like that. We're talking about Paniscaus, we're talking about Esto Bead, we're talking about official Dixon Mayers, Santiago Munoz, Psychedelic Shalene, or Shalone, I'm not too sure. Oh, Shalene, Bailey, big up to you, Shannon, old timer anyway. Musiala. Now, first and foremost, this isn't saying that Musiala is going to join Liverpool, but there is some interesting legs behind this transfer rumour. So first and foremost, Liverpool are one of the clubs interested in signing Jamal Musiala. And I think this is true for reasons that I'll explain on the video that I'm going to do after this stream. The journalist is Toby Ashalf, and he's directly linked with the clubs like Bayern Munich, DFB team, Augsburg. I don't know if you want to call him like the James Pearce of that league, but it's somebody who's not a nobody. Does that make sense? It's not a nobody who's reporting this. And we do know Liverpool have the funds to get Musiala, but without trying to go too much into that transfer, I'm not looking to make this a transfer video. I am looking to make this a tier list video. So that's just like a little bit of news right there. And it's interesting since Gravenberch joined, we've been linked with all their friggin' players. It's been interesting. But anyway, let me actually just get into the tier list straight away, and I appreciate the fact that everyone's tuned in. A little bit of different type of content for you guys today, so I appreciate everyone who's here. I will need your assistance as well, by the way, chat. Not even gonna lie. Your assistance will be very much appreciated. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just scroll up a little bit to see if that helps out, because I do want to leave my screen. There. So chat, this is the tier list, right? And we're doing a so far on the season basis. So far, how many players have been world class? How many players have been very good? How many players have been good? How many players have been average? And how many players have been piss poor to the core? That's what we're going to find out according to James Redmond TV. So do smash a like, subscribe. Let's get that video out there. Let's get the video shared. Only if you enjoy the content. Because if you don't, then you might as well do one, mate. Let me read Bailey's comment, because that's a big one. Hey, James, just wanted to drop by and say thank you for the great streams and content. You're a legend, mate. Much love from Australia. Big up the Bailey, mate. Up the kangaroo lane, you know what I mean, mate? Loved it. Thank you, sir. Liverpool are monitoring Leroy Sané's situation. Sané is a name on Jurgen Klopp's list, likely in the event that Mohamed Salah leaves next summer. Listen, we spoke about this yesterday on the stream. It'll be interesting to see how that one unfolds. Could be interesting. Could never see us getting Musiala. I can't lie. A German who plays for Munich just feels like he stays for his entire career. Disagree. He has got that English in him as well. I think chat, didn't he grow up in England? He used to play for England, no, and then he chose to play for Germany because that was like one of his parents' place. I'm not too sure. But I do also know he's English, and I do think that depending on the direction, because currently, I've done a video on it, but I'll explain it to you briefly. Musiala's management have came out and they've said essentially that they are on hold with Bayern Munich when it comes to talks because they don't know the direction that Bayern Munich are going in. Bear in mind, Bayern Munich won the league by 1 point last season. Second of all, the trajectory, yes, they can win the Bundesligas, but if they are not going to be the Bayern Munich that they was under Hansi Flick, then Jamal Musiala is going to be looking at players like Jude Bellingham, going to be looking at players across Europe who he wants to get on the level of. He wants a bigger platform. And whether you like Bayern Munich or don't, a bigger platform is Liverpool. A bigger platform is teams in the Premier League, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United. Like, these are bigger platforms that I think Musiala would be tempted by. So that's my opinion. We're going to do another video on it, or the video's already done, but will be uploaded after the stream. Anyway, you've got me for like half an hour, so let's get into it. Harvey Elliott. So we're going to do just this in order of the players who are here. We're not going to do it in any specific order. In fact, you know what? We'll start off with goalkeepers. We'll do goalkeepers, centre-backs, and all that stuff, right? Let's start off with Alisson, because I think it doesn't even need a conversation, and I need no help with. He goes in world class. We all agree. Amazing. I don't even need to wait for the comments to reply regarding that. Let's get to 50, like says Diego. Appreciate the 60 people who have tuned into this stream as well. Anyway, so Alisson goes in world class. Chat, I'm going to need your assistance. So Kelleher, he hasn't played, has he? So I should have done a by default thing. Maybe if you haven't played, maybe I don't use you. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll just leave Kelleher there as he has not performed once this season. Who was the goalkeeper who played? It was Alisson, was it not? Because Kelleher weren't available, and I think Alisson ended up playing in his place regardless, so no fair dues. Okay, then, so left back, where's Andrew Robertson? Where is my Scottish legend? There he is, the absolutely gorgeous man. Okay, so we had a poor game against Brighton, so if we were going to judge that one, that's a big shame. Know what I'm saying? Irish Iker Casillas being good. He hasn't played, though, has he, this season? That's the only problem I've got with putting him. Should we put him in average? Okay, if you haven't played, we'll put you in average. I don't want to leave him out. Oh, no, shit. I don't want to leave him out. Even though he hasn't played, we're just going to put him in average. We know he will be in world class if he had played. Okay. Right, Robertson. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say Robertson. I think he's been good. I'm not even going to say very good, but I think it'd be very disingenuous of me to say that Robertson's been an average player this season. I think he's had multiple great games. I thought his best game so far this season was potentially against Wolves. Let me know if you agree with that one, where he scored, and I thought he was just electric. It was a proper old school Robertson performance, you know what I'm saying? He was poor. You know what? He was poor against Chelsea. You bang on that. That's a good assessment. But I think in any other game bar those two, I think he's been good. I think it'd be disingenuous to put him in average or poor, especially based on 2 poor games. So that's it. It's good or very good for Robertson. I think very good would be a bit too much. I think good's a fair enough assessment. Right then, Kostas Tsimikas, where are you, my son? Now, I'm not going to lie. As much as I do love the Greek Scouser, I'm not really favouring him. I'm not really... I don't think he's played that well this season. I think if there's anybody in this list who... I don't want to give anybody poor, but if I am going to be honest, I would say that he's been poor this season. I think he's had poor games in the Europa League. I think he's been underwhelming when he's been subbed on. The only time you really think of Tsimikas having a heavy impact is when he's on set pieces, no? So if he's been poor in the games that he's played, even though it's a small sample size, you've got to be honest and put him in poor. So for those who disagree, I apologise, but that's just what I've seen, mate. Anyway, let's go with centre-backs. You know what? Let's start off with Jarell Kwanzaa. Boys, I'm not going to lie. I'm putting him in very good. It's a small sample size, very small sample size, but can you tell me a time where he's put a foot wrong? Chat, can you name one instance where he's put a foot wrong? Know what I'm saying? Honestly, and by the way, who's this Mark? Who's this Mark Smith? Mark Smith, what are you doing, you absolute donut? Listen here, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're making fun of the 97, and I don't know why you're coming into the chat calling people victims. Listen, Mark, you're a little victim coming into the chat looking for attention off people who are just here to consume some content. The true victims of the internet are people who are going to go online and troll. Now, listen, buddy, you can come on here and say, oh, you're a victim, you're a victim. I could probably go on your Twitter and you're probably bitching about 99 different things every single day and doing fuck all about it. So how about this, Mark, you prick? How about you coming onto our streams, talking, calling us victims? How about you sit there, stay rattled, my friend, stay rattled first and foremost. Second of all, stop bitching to other people and go and do something with your life. That's the most important thing, you fucking scumbag. How about that, twat? Mods, sort him out, little rat. Know what I mean? Coming in here, calling people victims, making fun of the 97. I want to make sure that I've got it right, you know what I mean? He better not. Yeah, Mark thought he did do something. Instead, he got tethered. He's probably even more rattled. And he's going to go on Twitter and bitch to his mates, his 3 followers. Twat. Hate Muppets like that. Absolutely. And I do pardon me language because I shouldn't be speaking like that when there's potentially kids watching. But that's bang out of order to be coming on stream just to try and freaking upset people. But yeah, to finish off the Kwanzaa talk, you're not going to be taken away from my Warrington friggin' Cannavaro. He deserves this. Kwanzaa goes in very good. Chat, do we agree? Or do I even put Kwanzaa in world class? Do I even put him in world class? Well, in Sam, we love that from you, son. Feel sick when you time someone out when they deserve it. Lad, he can go back to his mother's attic and go back to shaking his bottle and eating out of... Bro, he can go back to leaving friggin' dry friggin' tissues all over his room, playing on his fucking Xbox One that he's had for 12 years, the twat. Anyway, let's go back into the team. Don't need to put any more focus on that donut. So yeah, I'm putting Kwanzaa there, very good. Maybe not played enough games to be world class, but very good. Joe Gomez. It's between good and very good, isn't it? I like Joe Gomez because he's had, the game against Wolves. He done a very good job. Anytime he stepped up in the Europa League, he's done a fantastic job. He has also alternated between right back and centre back. And he's actually probably had a more prominent role at right back, to be fair. Chat, user saying good. I think I agree. I think good is a more than sound position for Joe Gomez. So much, so impressed with him this season because all of the adversity that he's had to overcome, yet he still came in, he's done his job, he's done what's necessary. Amazing. Some people are even saying very good. Liam recommends the idea of world class. Aaron then brings up the suggestion, good IMO. Brighton, he was terrible when he came on. No, that's right. A lot of our defence weren't great against Brighton, to be fair. So have to use a larger sample size. I think there's another game this season where Gomez has been questionable, but otherwise he stepped up brilliantly, so I'm going to give him good. Okay, where is... Oh, yeah, Kanate, because I can see him. He's one of the first players that I can see. Kanate, can't think of a time he's put a foot wrong, to be honest with you, chat. Obviously, he's had a little injury. Been great in Europa League whenever he stepped up. I'm fine with putting him in good. And I like Kanate, in that last game against Onion, what's the name? USG, I think the name is Onion Saint B or something like that. Kanate was great in that game. Him and Kwanzaa was actually a formidable partnership. The only thing that would probably put him in a lower category is that he's played lesser opposition. He hasn't really played all of the big games that we played. Joel Matip, for instance, has been able to take his place, for the recent time. Good. See, good for Kanate. Okay. Do you know what? I'll put him in good. I just thought very good because pound for pound, performance for performance, I think he's had nothing but very good performances. I can't really think of a game where he was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Or where he's put a foot wrong. I don't know the name. I apologise. Kevin McAllister, FC. Anyway, Kanate can go in good then. He hasn't been a regular starter. Okay, where's my giraffe? There's my giraffe. Very good. Let's be honest, chat. He had a bit of a poor start to the season. But come on, the way he's rectified himself in recent times, can't we put him in very good? I think the game that he had against Spurs was one of the most legendary centre-back performances I've seen in recent times, WRL. And I know that people are going to go, oh my God, James, we conceded 2 goals that game. What do you mean? None of which was Matip's fault. He was amazing. And I think anytime he's played, he's kept that consistent theme of being better than Virgil. You know what I mean? Because Matip, he might not be better than Virgil overall. He might not have the attributes in which Virgil possesses, but I'll tell you now about Matip, mate. He's someone when he's at the top of his game, he is incredible. And throughout pre-season and going into the season, people were saying he's finished and he's this and he's that. I'm sticking to Joel Matip in very good. I am. I think Joel Matip has been absolutely exceptional. So proud of him. Love him to pieces. He's my giraffe from Cameroon, even though he's fucking German. Anyway. Okay, where's my man Virg? There's my man Virg. I think if you're going to put Kwanzaa and Joel Matip in very good, then you've got to put Virg in very good. No? He does help us tick as well. That's the thing I like about Matip. He keeps us on the momentum. He keeps us going forward. Chat, what are we saying for Virgil? I'm happy with good or very good, but I think you've got to put him in very good if you've got Kwanzaa and Matip there. Because again, besides the Newcastle game where he was reckless and he was letting people think, Virgil average. Ibrahim, you couldn't have watched Virgil this season. I love you, Ibrahim. You know what I mean? Because you're a regular and you're dead respectful all the time. How can you put Virgil as average? You can't put him as average, can you? Abby Nash says the same thing. Abby Nash. I thought Abby Nash was going to have the elite ball knowledge. Okay, then. He does get so much slander, even like the penalty that he scored the other day. I saw people saying like, oh, we could have put that in the corner. Virgil in his prime could have put that more in the corner. It's like, fucking hell. He really is a victim of his own success, isn't he, Virgil? I'm putting him in... do I stick to me guns and put him in good? He's been poor! T-Mac! I thought T-Mac knew ball. So, chat, are we all coming to the consensus that Virgil's been poor? Seriously? Wow, that is incredible. I'll put him in good then. I'll put him in good. I don't want to put him in very good because, that is incredible. Hasn't he been very good, Liam? I agree. I think you're bang on. Yeah, let's read some longer sentences on Virgil. Before the red card, he was back to his best, quotation marks. Then he started to get a run of games. People saying he's being average. Give him a chance. I think he's been good in the run of games since his red card. Virgil van Dijk was good for me. Hasn't been our standard defender, but hasn't put a foot wrong. That's it. He's not his usual standard. Because if he was his usual standard, he'd be in world class with Alisson. But otherwise, though, I don't think you can say he's been poor. You know what I mean? I'm going to put him in good. I'll leave him in good. I think we're all fine with him being in good, okay? That's got to be fair. That's middle category. Above average. You know what I mean? Virgil van Dijk, very good. He has set such very high standards. Exactly. He's a victim of his own success, honestly, Hortensia. I 100% agree. Okay, then. So Virgil's there. Now, any more defenders? So we've got Trent. Any more centre-backs that I've missed out on? I don't think so. I think I've covered all centre-backs. Right, then Trent. I'm going to say good. And you won't change my mind on good. I think Trent has been good. I'm not going to say he's been average because I think he's had some good performances. But I can't think, where is Trent being world-class this season? And if he'd had one or two world-class performances, I'd put him in very good. But because I can't recall such world-class performances, I'd say good is sensible for Trent. I look at Virgil's standard of performance. I look at Trent's standard of performance, and I don't think one of them are above the other. I think they deserve to be in the same category. Let me ask you a question, chat. Has Trent been any better than Joe Gomez this season? I don't think so. He's been injured. I think did he get a suspension? No, he didn't. But a lot of people have, which is why I thought it. I think good is fine for Trent. Trent is good, but could do a lot better. I agree. I think there's two categories above. To say that Trent is world class means he can't do much more. I think Trent can do a lot more than what he's been showing at the moment. Trent is being average. I can't lie. Don't think he's been average. But he has made a few mistakes leading to goals, so that could definitely play a part of him being an average. But maybe it's my Scouse bias. I'm going to put him in good, right? And by the way, for those wondering why Kelleher's in average, it's because he hasn't played this season. Those who haven't played or has had minimal input, let's say they played 2 minutes off the bench, they're not going to really get a say. Okay, then, so let's move into the midfield. We will start off with our number 6s. So we'll start off with McAllister. I am fine to put him here. Hear me out. I don't think I've seen McAllister. There's been the Chelsea game, which I thought he was really good. There was a couple of games at the start of the season. I just don't think he's made a heavy impact in games. And I think, if anything, he's probably been a detriment. I think it'd be insincere to say he's been poor. I just think average suits McAllister now. Yeah, do you know what? LFC Aaron's just summed it up perfectly. Average, but not his fault. It's not his role. It's a new role that he's adapted to. Maybe one day we could look at Jurgen Klopp and he's done a stroke of genius by putting McAllister in the 6. I don't think that day has came yet. This is it, David. He's not a 6. That is the problem. West Ham, he was boss. I agree. This is the thing. He's had some really good performances and he's had some really fine cameos off the bench. But to say that he's been good or very good is something, because I think this is what average is. Some good performances, some bad performances. Let's put him in average. I think that's fair. Right, then let's go with Enzo. Because Enzo's kind of in the Shimmercast syndrome, not really being the main starter. Small sample size to judge him, but the games that we have judged him on hasn't quite been up to the pace. Chat, what are we saying about the Japanese Iniesta? Are we going to be shameless and put him in average? Because he's not getting in those top 3 categories. He's not getting in good, very good. He's not getting in those average or poor for me. Fuck it. Right, we've moved on. We're moving on. We're leaving Enzo right there. Okay, for the shamelessness. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't think Enzo's been any better than McAllister. I just don't. I don't think he's been any better than McAllister. Sam is crying right now. By the way, Husam's going to be on the channel at 4 p.m. with Mr. Little. So Tom Little, Husam are going to be on the channel at 4 p.m. UK time. He's not a World Cup winner. He's a Champions League winner, Sam. Get it right. He's dominated club football, mate. Not poor because of that one game where he started showing promise. One game out of the multiple cameos he's had. Poor, he's very basic. I'd love to put him at world class. Can I just put him at world class? Okay, we've understood what my opinion is. To piss off Husam if he sees the video. Japanese Iniesta. Fucking love you, Enzo, my guy. Shout out to anyone who's going to just about tune in and see Enzo in world class. This is going to be great. I'm so silly. No, you're not silly, Sam. You're not silly. I love that double chin from me in your photo, by the way. It's fucking glorious. Anyway, Stefan Bajcetic, I think you've got to put him in average just because he's had a very small sample size. Not really much to speak on there for Bajcetic. I do think that the game that he had at right back in the Europa League was very good, though. So if I was to base him off a pound for pound, game for game basis, I would put him in very good. But one game, not one appearance since being injured for the majority of it, I think I'm going to put Bajcetic. There. Okay, then. Right, let's move on to the next midfielder. Thiago hasn't played. So again, by default, those who haven't played is going to go in average. So the category of average isn't just players who haven't played, but it's also players who have just been average, like McAllister, for instance. I don't think McAllister's been great. Okay, then. Who do we go with next? You've got Curtis Jones. Okay, then, chat. What are we saying for Curtis Jones? A lot of people would make the claim that he's been very good this season. My claim would be I'm not too sure. I'd say he's in between average and good. I think he's had some sound performances. There was a game where he played right back, which I was so impressed with him by in the Europa League. Otherwise, I can't really think of a time where I can say, you guys are saying very good. Okay, I'll put him in good. Only because there's a few performances that I've seen Curtis being a little bit quiet. But, to say average, to say Has he been better than McAllister? Can we definitively say he's been better than McAllister? Curtis has been good. Doesn't impact games enough to be very good. Okay, that's fair. Okay. Fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, we'll leave him in good. Right, let's go Harvey Elliott next. Now, a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me on this, but I think every single time Harvey Elliott has came on as a substitute this season, he's made an impact. Chat, is that a W or an L? Honestly, and I love Harvey. I think his progress has been quite, on and off because of, the injuries, the lack of game time. But I think when he comes on, he makes a huge impact. He takes big chances. He creates big chances. It's funny, I'd be happy to put him in very good, but listen, as he hasn't started many games, let's put him in good. Okay, then I'm happy with the way that team's looking so far. I think we've done well thus far. Game's game. You know what I'm saying? Right, Gravenberch, guys, I don't even care. We've had a small sample size. Gravenberch is going in very, very good. He literally conducts the choir throughout games. His ball retention is fantastic. He takes on players. He really does remind me of like a young Paul Pogba. He has a hell of a shot on him. He's just one of those type of players. Like, what a fucking gem that we've got in Gravenberch. I know that he hasn't started every game, and I know that he missed the City against Brighton. And I don't care how many people are going to say good in the chat. Oh, James, he hasn't played enough games. He has been very fucking good. Like, the same impact that Kwanzaa has had in the games that he's played, Gravenberch has also had that same impact. In my opinion, I think he's been incredible. So I am happy with that. I am very happy with Gravenberch and very good. 3 goal contributions in his Liverpool career, by the way. Guess how many he had at Bayern Munich? 3 goal contributions. He could have had 4 against Brighton as well, which is insane. Great start. Okay, and then now we go with Szoboszlai, don't we? Chat. Don't even play with me. Game over. That's the tier list. World class. Szoboszlai deserves his own category. Don't even fuck with me, brother. Don't even fuck with me, brother. Is Gravenberch higher than Curtis? Absolutely. Don't tell me Gravenberch doesn't get involved in the games more as Curtis. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you saw Gini Wijnaldum and you saw Coutinho, and they both had their best game, Coutinho is a world-class player because if Coutinho plays well, he's going to have a heavy involvement. Whereas if Gini Wijnaldum has a world-class performance, he's likely to do a 7, 8 out of 10. Do you get what I'm saying? Never really a goal scorer, never really an impact of a game. And that's very horrible because he did impact the Barcelona game in 45 minutes, but it weren't a regular theme for Gini Wijnaldum. And I look at Curtis Jones as someone who's kind of like that. He's more systematic, not really having the freedom to go and create his own chances and stuff like this. I look at Szoboszlai as someone who has literally been an all-rounder midfielder. I look at Gravenberch, who has been an all-rounder midfielder with heavy impact. So yeah, I would say Gravenberch is higher than Curtis, in my opinion. Sobo can do what he wants. He can do what he wants. He can play in any role that he wants. He can play right wing, left wing, right midfielder, right centre midfielder, left centre midfielder. A world-class player. And if you remember my videos around Szoboszlai, he was the one signing I was guaranteed he was going to do well. I knew it. You don't get a player with that mentality and he doesn't do well. The only thing that stops Szoboszlai is injuries, and hopefully he's made of fucking granite. Anyway, speaking of granite, Benzo's got a fucking granite chin, doesn't he? He's got a fucking huge chin. Now we move into the forwards. Let's start off with Benzo, the Scottish wonder kid with a granite chin. Do you put him in average? Because I think he's done well in terms of trying to get at players. I think where you have to put him in average is the limited game time, the small sample size, and the missed chances. His end product has certainly been one to be desired. But am I encouraged by Doak? Absolutely. Do I love the look of him? 100%. Based on this season? Oh, poor. No, you can't say poor. The game where he had that poor end product, he was actually one of in fact, I'd argue our most impactful player in that game, but the end product just weren't there. That's all. Happens with anybody, but I think he's good enough to be in average, I think. He did nothing. That is so disingenuous. Based on end product, he did nothing. But to say that he had no involvement, weren't creating space for other people, he got taken off for 45 minutes. Like, come on. You know what I mean? And he's competing with Mohamed Salah. Let's not be disingenuous. Benzo's been very, very good, and he's a top-class player with so much potential. He's only 17, let him progress. Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's fine to think that he's been poor. I just don't agree with that at whatsoever. So I'm happy to put him in average. Fucking hell, Kostas Tsimikas has just been chilling there in poor. Chat, do you agree with me with Kostas being in poor? I feel bad that he's the only player who's been there, but like, I just don't think Tsimikas has had those 7 out of 10s this season when he's had those cameos. I think he's been worse. So yeah, that's why I put him there. That's why he's on his lonesome. And all the other players who are in average is just based on merit that they haven't played much. Yeah, he has been poor, hasn't he? He has been poor, I agree. Okay, then, right, the rest of the front three. Let's go with Jota. He's scored a couple of goals. I think it's like, is it 3 or 4 goals for Jota this season, chat? He's still been getting goals, but his all-round performances have been poor. They have been poor. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'll say about Jota. Like, the all-round game, I'm not going to say, and I love Jota so much, but, he has been poor. But with the goals, do you put Jota in average? Does his goals save him? this is it. This is the bang-on assessment. Jota hasn't had great games, but still gets the goals and assists, so would say good. Oh, you're saying good. Exactly, a goal poacher. He's a different type of attacker, which is why he's so necessary to the team. It's why I love him so much. And out of all of our new attackers, like Núñez, Diaz, Jota is being the only one who, in his tenure at Liverpool, granted it's been longer than both of them, but in his tenure at Liverpool, he's actually shown a sample size of being world class, like the season where he got 20 goals prior to January. Okay, we'll put him in average. The chat is saying average. I agree. I can't. Oh no, not good. Average. I can't put him in good. He has to have better performances for me to put him in good. That's it for me. Okay, then right now we've got Salah, we've got Gakpo, we've got Diaz, we've got Núñez. Let's go with Gakpo. What do you do with Gakpo, chat? Do you put him in good? Because I think that Gakpo has been good when he's had cameos. I thought he had a poor start to the season. However, like when Klopp at the very start of the season against Chelsea and Bournemouth was playing him in the 8, I hated those games from Gravenberch. But I think any times he's gone into the front three, I think he's been sound. I agree with Hamez. I think that he's leaning between average and good. Should we flip a coin? Have I got a coin? I don't even think I've got a coin. If I don't have a coin, then I'm fucked. Okay, I don't have a coin. Oh no, I do have a coin. Right, we're going to flip a coin on Kostas's, on Gakpo's position, right? So we're going to go with average or good, right? Okay, so this is a 5p coin. Queen's English 5p coin. We flip. Right, chat. What are we saying? I'm going to shake it about. Are we saying heads for good? And tails for average, okay? Heads for good. Look. Right, I haven't changed it. Boom. Look at it. Fucking fat head. Shout out to Lizzie. My G. Who was that Arsenal player who tried to rizz up the Queen, by the way? Do you know the one who wanted to walk the dogs? Who was that? Was it Eboué? Eboué who played for Arsenal. Do you know he was trying to rizz up the Queen in 2008? Even Thierry Henry can back this. Anyway, let's go with Luis Diaz. By the way, the slander that Luis Diaz has been getting in recent time is fucking atrocious. And if you're one of these guys, you're terrible. He's been so good this season for me. I know that he had a poor game against Brighton, but after it, everyone jumped off the bandwagon that was created at the start of the season. I think Diaz is being boss. What? You call yourself a striker and you're calling Diaz average? Fuck off. Here's my premise. Has Diaz been better than Gakpo? Yes. Has Diaz been better than Harvey, Curtis, Trent, Virgil? Maybe not Virgil. Virgil, I'm still questioning to put him in very good. I'm not even going to lie. Even Joe Gomez, you know what I mean? I can't put Diaz in good. I think he's been very good. I am better than Diaz. No, you're not. No, you are not better than Diaz. Diaz is fucking amazing. Diaz has been good. See what I'm saying, Diego? Even the Crystal Palace fan knows. Chat, come on, can we just be honest? I'm going to put him in very good. I'm putting him in very good. Do you want me to tell you why? Because it's my tier list. It's my tier list. And I like him. He's even improved on the end product. He's been involved in games nicely. He's had one or two bad performances, but come on. World class without the output, but his output has increased, hasn't he? Got like 3 goals or something this season. Okay, granted, might need to get more assists, might need to up that part of the game, but I think he's actually done well. And people don't appreciate the space that Diaz creates, by the way. Like, you think of like Jack Grealish for Man City. You know, Jack Grealish is someone who's there primarily to create space for the other players, kind of like what Bobby Firmino was for us. Diaz isn't a Bobby Firmino type player, nor is he a Jack Grealish type player, but he does play that role in creating space for the likes of Núñez, for the likes of Salah, so they can get more involved. Even our attacking midfielders, Diaz is so crucial to the system. He's staying at very good. I don't even care if people don't like it. You can call me deluded all you want. Right then, let's go with Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez, he plays for the Big Reds. He is frightening with Luis Diaz. You fucking know that. My Uruguayan legend. Fucking legend. I always said this about Núñez. I always said he was going to be fucking world class. But I don't even think he's been world class. I'm in between good and very good. And do you want me to tell you what's making me tempted to go to good? Is his finishing. His finishing still being a little bit, you know what I mean? Aston Villa missed a couple of chances, but that's a very good game. The Europa League game recently, that sitter was Abysmal. Abysmal. He's not world class. He's not world class. I wouldn't say he's world class. I can't put him in world class, not for the sitters that he's missed. But I do think Núñez has had the same or if not more impactful season than Luis Diaz. So if I'm going to be intellectually honest on a footballing basis, I'm going to put Darwin Núñez in very good. And I know that I'm building the tension for this last one, even though we don't need to. But I'm actually going to see what the chat are saying if they agree with my Darwin Núñez stance. Núñez is rather good. In between good and very good. We need more categories, don't we? Poor. No, Núñez hasn't been poor. Let's not be a liar. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. I'm fine with putting him in very good, to be honest, because I think his impact has been, one of the better impacts in the team thus far. And even though he's missed his sitters, he does create a lot of chance. He causes a lot of chaos, and he doesn't hide in games. Even when he misses a sitter, he does not hide in games. Honestly, Hortensia also speaks on Núñez, saying Núñez very good. His numbers speak for himself. Goals and assists win you games. That's facts. That is facts. His output's being there. And the reason why he's able to miss sitters is because he's creating so many chances for himself and for others. So, yeah. Salah, let's not even fucking take the piss. You know what I mean? He's just that guy. He's the best player in the world. I'm saying it. No, the way that he's matured his game is honestly fucking sensational, and I'm so happy that we kept that fucking beautiful Egyptian king, because he is a fucking legend. He is on Gerrard's level, and in some people's eyes, probably above Gerrard's level when it comes to legendary status. As a Scouser, I don't agree with that, but listen, is he just below or maybe even on par? Even I have to say yes. And I love Steven Gerrard with all my heart, mind, and soul. But Mohamed Salah, he is the Ronaldo at Real Madrid. He is the Messi at Barcelona. He's the Mbappe at PSG. He's the Lewandowski at Bayern Munich. Mohamed Salah is that guy. He's that name. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, that's what he is for us. Whether you like it or you don't, whether you want to fucking be disingenuous and call him a one-season wonder or you want to do this, you put him in world class, no doubt. And it's not even a question. And it's because of the maturity of his game. Think about it. Salah isn't even getting the same amount of goals, but the way he's creating, it's creating more goals for the overall team. The way he's assisted Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez multiple times. The impact that he makes when he comes on in Europa League games is incredible. No, I love Mohamed Salah, and yeah, anything less than world class would be very, very wrong from me. But chat, that is... No, it's not. We were being genuinely serious. Dennis, go back and watch the stream, my friend. How is Enzo world class? People are rattled. No, Enzo's world class. In fact, you know what? Just to rattle you even more, he's going to go first. Did you know he's a Champions League winner? Anyway, thank you for watching this stream, chat. I really appreciate you all. If you can smash a like before we exit the stream, that'd be amazing. Before I do let you go, and you leave a like and your comment to improve interaction and stuff like that, which I appreciate you for. We have got Hussam and Tom on the channel at 4 p.m. That's going to be a stacked show. And then at 6 p.m., we've got Manchester City fan Daps, as well as Manchester United fan Traps, for a great show, back and forth, going over the ownership situation at Manchester United. Best believe I'm going to be laughing at Traps, and Daps will probably be doing the same. We'll have a little talk about Manchester City, their position. I'm going to be mentioning about that little tap-in merchant, Erling Haaland. Has Núñez had a better season than Erling Haaland? That's also going to be a conversation that's going to be raised, and we're going to see if he's going to be honest about that one, because if he was going to be honest, he would say that Darwin Núñez has had a better season thus far. So make sure you tune into that show. That show will be at 6 p.m. UK time. So Hussam and Tom, 4 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. UK time. You have got Daps and Traps and Hamez Red Montinho. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, guys, please do subscribe. Please do like. Appreciate every single one of you. Jesus loves you. I love you as well, but he loves you more. Pray for the innocent people of all over the world who are going through tough times at the moment as well. All the people who are struggling, etc. And I love every single one of you. Okay. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. See you all later. Bye.